man, chill out, dog.
It's a little scary.
Hey, Osita, seriously, chill out, man. What the hell's wrong with you, man? Drink some of your water, man. What the hell's wrong with you, man?
I got excited.
Osita
Can't be excited for the show.
Osita just told us. I woke up like 5-6 minutes ago, and now Osita is headbanging into the, and that little move you did there, Serda, I can see that feels like your stand, hold a beer move when you're at your little.
Yeah, go Serda. Go Serda. Go Serda.
Hey, don't do that, man.
Go. Hey.
Don't do that. Go Serda.
When's
the last time you heard somebody do that?
That was pure joy from Serda's.
When's the last time you heard somebody hit him with the go Serda, go Serda, go Serda, go? I don't know. He still did that. Shout out to you. Like and subscribe. This is the Nightly Fix. This is the last show of the week. We are Sunday through Thursday. We will see you on Sunday. Big week. We've had a good time. We've had a good week. And
Steve's tired.
Steve's tired. Stay with us. Stay with us, though. Don't worry. Next week we got the draft, so it'll be crazy as hell here tonight. The draft, the NBA playoffs, late night action. This gonna be our week. This is our damn time. All right, in this thing. So like and subscribe, please. If you don't like and subscribe, to hell with you. Like for real. Hell with every last one of you.
That's aggressive tonight.
No, I don't give a damn, and it's aggressive. I mean that shit. To hell with you.
Say with the chest then. Say with the chest.
My chest. I got Mad Dog on my chest. I got Mad Dog.
You got an MD. Oh my god. Oh my god. What is going on?
Hey, don't judge.
You got a 40. You got an MD 40. I mean MD 2020 on your chest.
They're just living. I'm trying to live my life in a good manner.
Hey, man. Ain't nobody judging you. I am not judging you. I'm the last person to judge.
Feels like you are.
Probably because I am. I definitely am. I'm judging you. I'm judging you. That's a cool shirt.
Can I just say something right now that popped in my head?
What's up?
If we get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, I'll smoke a cigarette inside of my house.
Hell yeah, brother. I'm down for that.
No, that's not a hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, it is, dude. What are you talking about?
He wants to smoke a cigarette. Like, no,
not inside of the house. That's gross. I would smoke
but you want to smoke a cigarette. It would be me. I've never had a cigarette in my life. That would be a big deal if I smoked a cigarette.
Yeah, brother, let's do it. Let's all smoke some stoves. That's what are we doing here?
Like it would be different if I said, all right, we get 1,000 followers or subscribers on YouTube. I will do coke on the show right here. Like that would be something. Not okay, I'm gonna smoke my Marlboro.
I wasn't being that aggressive,
illegal.
And
that's wild.
I was just saying, if we get to 1,000, I will rip a heater right here at the desk in the office inside of my house.
Like to me,
Don apparently wants to blow rails, but we can get to that too.
I'd never heard of that term, blow rails, huh?
You want to do some gaggers, don't you?
I've heard of white girl. I heard that. I never heard rails. Those of you in the chat, can you right now give me more slang words for doing coke? What are slang words for cocaine? Let me from the chat.
Little tutor.
Okay, this is a guy. I'm 0 for 2 here. I'm 0 for 2 here. I just know what Jeezy said. I'm
Bam Bam.
I never heard of no damn Colombian Bam Bam. I'm off on that. Never heard of that. Never heard of no damn Colombian Bam Bam. No,
it's General's marching powder.
I think you're making these up at this point. The General marching powder.
Wish I was, brother. I don't know.
The General what?
General's marching powder.
Yeah, I never heard of that shit. No, I never heard of that. But
good.
Yeah, I'm not ripping off. No, like it'd be more something if Osita, who is how many years sober are you?
3.
It'd be something if Osita is 3 years sober and he says, "All right, I'm gonna take a shot. We'll take a shot together." If we hit 1,000 subscribers. It's not anything if you go do something that you do 7 times a day, Steve. Like I understand it's inside the house, but it's so you do 7 times a day.
It's a lot more than 7, but all right.
Is it? Is it?
I mean, I've cut back actually a little bit, but I mean, it's probably still more than 7.
If we get 1,000 subscribers, I will run a half marathon.
I believe you got that in the bag. See, I don't think
Okay. Thanks for believing in me, but appreciate it, Coach.
Hey, you remember? I know, Osita, you do. You remember the old running back Brandon Jacobs from the Giants? I know, Osita, it's right down your alley. I know you.
Oh yeah, no, I got it. I already got a picture of him in my head. I know all the stats and everything.
Thunder and Lightning. Him and Tiki Barber. Sir, I know you.
Great talent.
Great talent.
Hands.
Good. No, not great hands, but good size. Bigger fella. He was a Thunder in that Thunder and Lightning pairing.
Good.
I saw my man tweet this earlier, and I just died laughing because you got to be in a certain special place to just have this come across your mind. My man tweeted this out, former NFL running back Brandon Jacobs. Y'all want to know something that bothers me? Okay, I'm in. I'm 42 years old, and I regret losing my virginity to the person I lost it to. It means nothing. It means
what?
It means nothing, but I wish it was another person other than her. Like, hold on. What?
I don't think I've thought for a second that I regret. The person that I lost my virginity to was not somebody who was involved in my life in any way, but I've never thought for a second after it, you know?
Well, listen, it made me think, like, do I wish, because first off, for me, like, what kind of space was Brandon Jacobs in to be sitting down there just thinking, damn, man, I regret that chick I lost my virginity to.
What about it does he regret, though?
Yeah, but you don't hear.
Like,
do you wish it was somebody else?
I mean, I keep trying to tell you all the story my first time, but I keep getting cut off, so I don't even know. If I start telling you,
we can't get past the damn French girl.
It sounds like a wonderful story. It
does. I can't. When I'm buying it, if we can get past the damn redheaded French girl.
Yeah,
but
if you could get to it, I don't know. Maybe you can get to it early. I don't know what the answer is.
It keeps happening. It's crazy.
See, for me, it was my performance that I look back at it like it was, it was in the backseat of a Ford Escape 2001, all white Escort? Ford Escape. No, not an Escort, an Escape. Excuse me, I said it wrong.
Mine was in my friend's basement on like a Thursday night. Like it wasn't even like
you remember the night.
It wasn't even like the weekend. It was like a Thursday night. We were drunk in high school. We had no business being out on a school night.
Hold up, man. How do you remember the night of Thursday night?
Because I remember I had to go to school today.
He's like, I bet you felt like a king the next day at school, though, dude. I know you felt like the man.
I was definitely glowing. I definitely had more confidence when I woke up.
Were you glowing after your first time? I was like,
I woke up that day with more confidence than I have ever had in my entire life.
I was happy she went to another school because I was like, damn, she didn't get what she came for. And I was thinking, I hope she was telling the truth about it being her first time too. So maybe she don't have anything to compare it to. But I mean,
I didn't have any standard for it at the time, so I was really worried about satisfaction.
I felt a feel and a vibe of that's it. But is that it? Like I felt like that, but it didn't like she didn't express that, but I felt the vibe of that's it. And I felt like she was like, God, a Ford Escape. That's it. So I mean, but to be thinking and regretting, that one caught me off guard. I wish it was somebody else. I can honestly.
I just want to give you and the listeners just like a little taste, just a little taste, since I keep getting cut off.
Please.
Mine was in my bedroom, my childhood bedroom. Well, not my childhood bedroom, my teenage bedroom. On a wonderful afternoon. It was like after school, but it did get rudely interrupted. ceremoniously interrupted, epically interrupted,
like by a parent.
Yes, and there was so much fucking fear, dude. So much fear. So much fear. I remember this dude clearly.
Did you finish?
So like, no. No.
That's terrible. I would be more careful about that than anything else.
Would you? I don't think so. I feel like if it's a Nigerian parent that came busted through that door, dude, I think you would feel a little bit more about the other space of it.
It was. I heard because so like in my house, my high school house, like if you open the door, you can hear the beep beep. All right. So like, and that's if you open a door, a window, anything, right?
My house does that. Yeah.
I heard them two beeps, and boy, I went white with fear, dude.
I think you just got to finish. I think you just got to finish, man. You're already there, man. This is like House Party. This is another movie you might have to see, Steve. This is like House Party, man. I'm already in. He said, shoot, man, I'm already in trouble. Hell, I might as well just stick the night out.
Nah, man, I was a good kid, and the escape route that had to be had that day, dude. It was
I need to. Yeah,
wait, so was it? It was your parents or her parents?
It was his parents. It was in his house.
My room. Yeah.
Said it was in his room, Steve.
Jeez,
that'd be a hell of a thing. That'd be a hell of a thing.
You just try to like shove her out the window or tuck her in a closet or something, or
shove her out a window.
Are we telling the story? Are we telling the full story this time? Am I gonna get cut off?
No, we'll talk about it on the show.
Okay, cool.
That's well, I'm sorry that you didn't get that. You probably was that her first time? You probably ruined that girl. So
yeah. Should have been.
Yeah, maybe. She'll never forget that. Her fast ass.
That little hussy.
I have seen House Party. What's the movie with all of the people from House Party that's not House Party?
Class Act.
Okay, I've also seen that.
Yeah.
You know about Class Act? Yeah, the titty?
I've also seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, Duncan Pender Hughes.
They're in like a museum or something.
At some point, yeah, there's a chase scene. Duncan Pincushion.
Yeah. I watched that. I watched that very young. I don't remember much about it, but I have.
Duncan, man. I thought House Party we might be able to sneak you into. Yeah, man. There you go. Charade. Man, that's my shit right there. All right. Hey, did you catch? You'll never guess this shit. Did you catch? Time 100. Time magazine does their most 100. Their top 100 most influential people of that year. Obviously, Donald Trump and company made that list, and Elon Musk made that list. But they do the top 100. Don't shake your head, Osita.
Did I do that on purpose? Noticeably? My bad.
They
hate Time magazine.
I hate Time magazine. Dude.
They just
garbage. That's a garbage rag of a fucking magazine.
They call it. I guess they call it influence. Is what Don and Elon Musk had. They've just run themselves to the positions they are in. But they had 4 American athletes in the top 100. The top 100 most influential people. They have 4 American athletes. This would feel like one that we don't even have to look at to know, right? It feels like if we did a round table, I feel like in 10 guesses we should have it, and I am certain that like there are 4 active American athletes that are on there. I bet you. Now, Serda may have cheated and looked, but I bet you wouldn't be able to name the 4. I bet you it would be surprised. Jalen Hurts is one of them. Somehow Jalen Hurts.
I saw Jalen Hurts as one. I don't know what the other ones are. I assume it's LeBron. I assume it's LeBron.
Go ahead and guess. No.
I assume LeBron, okay. Patrick.
No.
Steph Curry, maybe.
No.
Are we warm with basketball? Like which
influential? No, you're as cold as
Tiger now. Is there any golfers?
Any golfers? No.
LaMelo Ball.
Caitlin Clark.
Well, come on. No, but there are WNBA players on it. Now make that
Angel
one make
Reese?
sense. No, not Angel or Caitlin.
Then who the fuck else?
Yeah.
Like you really were good with that Caitlin one.
Yeah.
But
I
Diana-
thought
Diana?
Caitlyn was the lock.
No. It's just first off, would you have ever guessed
Brittany Griner.
no. Would you have ever guessed Jalen had you not known
but
it?
I saw Jalen was on it, which is shocking.
It's silly.
But credit to Jalen, like just won a Super Bowl. He's a great player, but that's shocking that he's on it and Patrick Mahomes isn't.
No, Patrick Mahomes is not on it. Jalen Hurts is one American athlete. I said that they are 4 active. Serena Williams is on the list, but she is not active.
Yeah.
But the other American athletes are Breanna Stewart of the WNBA. They have her and Nafia Collier together as they've got 2 WNBA players. Yes,
who decided this list?
It's ridiculous. They had two WNBA players. Simone Biles is the other.
Okay.
Is the other?
Go.
Yeah,
she can go on any list, whatever.
Yeah, Simone. But those are the 4. It is Breanna Stewart, Nafia Collier. She just those 2 were in the championship game series. Breanna Stewart won, and then Simone Biles and Jalen Hurts. And then Serena is the 5th American athletes that were the top 100 most influential people. I think it's insane that any of those guys. I'll give you Simone. I think, but even when you like influential is the key one. Do you think of Simone Biles as being influential?
Yeah,
I'm not saying that as a they got that one wrong. Do you get this?
If you were to poll most Americans, like not just sports fans, like your average American who doesn't watch a bit of sports, they're more likely to know who Simone Biles is than almost any other athlete.
Yeah, I know they know who she is, but does she have influence? Right? Like we said whatever we said about Donald Trump. He's clearly on the list, and Elon Musk. Clearly, everyone knows who they are, but they have influence. Right? Like we can understand they have influence, right? What is Jalen Hurts' influence?
He's a good player. I mean, he's a high-paid quarterback, just won a Super Bowl, but
that can't be it because Patrick Mahomes is a good player, and he's not on the list. He is
like one of the only players in the NFL with an all-female management team.
Okay, that's all right. I like that. That's
and
good,
it makes a difference. And he's like, I think maybe the only player in the NFL with an all-female management team, probably. But Jalen's talked about that a lot, and he's always been upfront about all of that stuff. But like Jalen over even like Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson is insane to me.
In his own sport. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. And I know how you feel about Caitlin, Osita.
I love her so much.
I don't believe that you love her that much. I think you
don't deny our love. What are you doing, bro?
I think you. Honest to God, like I know you've said in the past that little white women have a thing for you. I think you have leaned into this Caitlin Clark thing, and now you just feel like you got to stay in it. So, but
I think she is an attractive young woman, and I feel like she'd make a great mother and a great partner, and she would be able to fight for me. And if we were in trouble, she could run and go get help. And she's probably got really nice arms.
What the fuck are you talking about?
She's probably got a 6-pack.
I was almost spit my beer.
The fuck are you? The fuck are you talking?
Go get help.
We might run and go get help for you. The fuck are you talking about, Osita? She might run.
She seems like a good person.
Have security around to take care of us. Like that would have been.
What is the scenario in which she would have to run and get help for your big ass?
This is Houston. This is Houston, bro. Anything could happen. This is like
and she's the one in Houston, and she's the one. Yeah, I could see her right in. I could see her there.
And they wouldn't be able to catch her because she's so fast. Have you seen her run down the court? She fast as hell.
Yeah, I could see. Yeah, I could see.
And
I could see y'all in Third Ward over there by Frenchie's or Turkey Leg Hut, and she be the one to save the day. Shut up! You better take Angel's ass with you.
Serena makes sense.
Angel gonna get me shot, bro. Angel be like, and what? And what? Y'all ain't finna do shit. Y'all ain't gonna do shit.
Handle it. Handle this, Osita. Handle this, Osita.
Like Serena, you know, not even being an active female athlete, Serena is one of the most influential athletes of all time. So, sure, great.
Yeah, it is nuts. It is nuts. It is nuts that LeBron's not on this list. It is.
Has he been on it before?
And he's certainly been on the list before. Steph's
maybe they'll just run out of people.
I honest to God, I think Angel's more influential this year than maybe any of those athletes. And to me to have two WNBA women on there and it not be Angel and Caitlin, it's insane for 2025. And I'll be honest with you, and I think there's some people who may be in the chat, who may be listening, who will disagree. I think Caitlin Clark, this may be strong. I know we have the heat check coming a little bit later, and some people might think this is a heat check. I think Caitlin Clark is the most influential athlete since Tiger Woods. And you know how I feel about LeBron.
ESPN doesn't pick WNBA over MLB without Caitlin Clark.
Like LeBron took over, like in this, LeBron has become maybe the most famous American athlete over the last 20 years, and his influence is felt. And I am measured when I'm thinking this, because I think LeBron changed the entire game in terms of all sports when it comes to player empowerment. Like these athletes, and I would call it the LeBron era of athletes, not just on the floor, how he has helped change the game of basketball, but I think baseball, especially football and basketball players, have said, yo, hey, I have as much value as any of these coaches, anybody in the organization except for the owner. And they have acted that way, and they have put together teams, and they have gone after it and gotten paid. I don't think the quarterback contracts would be where they are if guys didn't take it on like the LeBron era of athletes. So I think he's highly influential. But when he took over and got into the NBA was not like in the dumps or dead, right? It's like he's taken it from Kobe and Shaq. It was still in a healthy spot. The NBA was. The WNBA has seen not just the WNBA, because we got to look at all in one year. She took, and Angel's a part of this, but I think she is the driving force. She took college basketball to a level of interest all season long that we have never seen before, and then took it and took that same audience and broke records of ratings, of attendance in the WNBA. The year she had, and the year of women's basketball, you can say 75, 80% of that, even more, is contributed to Caitlin Clark. Man, a year ago, in 2024, in 2023, you could catch women's WNBA teams on Southwest flights. You could catch them on terminals in United or in Delta, or you're laughing, Osita. I am not kidding. They were on commercial flights. They were on the flights that we were on. All of a sudden, Caitlin slides up in here and they got private flights and they're flying like professional teams around the world. I think we're going to start seeing money. And that's why, to me, I'd say she's the most influential athlete this year that I've seen since Tiger. Tiger changed all of golf, changed the purses, changed how much money they were getting for tournaments, changed the television deals. Like, that's to me what Caitlin is. And it may be a hot take, maybe because I know I'm skipping over a lot of different athletes. Tom Brady is since the Tiger Woods stuff, Mahomes, all of that. she's changed a sport.
Yeah. No, and I agree with you 100%. Like I don't
got no choice.
The growth in the WNBA is remarkable. Like it truly is. And she, like the way that Steph in Golden State changed the modern day NBA, not necessarily, I'm not talking about like viewership and ratings, but I'm saying just changed the game of basketball. Like Caitlin Clark has done that for women's basketball, but she's done it in actual like tangible value, because now it's actually like a marketable commodity because of her, because of how relatable it was to middle America and the way she was selling out.
When you say middle America, do you mean white people?
Yes.
Oh, gotcha.
Because white people generally aren't watching the NBA. Like white people
or WNBA
certainly weren't watching the WNBA. But the way that the WNBA has exploded over the last several years, and it was growing, like it's not all Caitlin Clark. Like it was growing, it was increasing. Like there was a growing popularity in women's sports prior to Caitlin. But the explosion of it, the idea that it's actually a valuable asset in commodity, whereas 10 years ago it was like, can we dump this stuff? Like it's not even like even starting caliber players in the WNBA or weren't even making like six figures. Like it was barely like a livable thing to actually do throughout the year for most of those players, unless you were a superstar and you could actually find your way onto like a commercial or a few endorsements or something like that. Like it's changed the WNBA, and Caitlin Clark has commercialized it in a way that is making it viable for everyone in the sport, to the point where the Angel Reeses and all of these other stars are now coming along, and now everybody's finding the players that they love. They're finding the teams that they love, and they're actually generating revenue and making money and signing TV contracts.
Yeah, you're seeing
10 years ago.
You're seeing numbers go up outside of Caitlin Clark games. That's the part that has really been like it was Caitlin Clark games. And mind you, man, when we say this, Osita, like every WNBA market, when the Indiana Fever come to when they got to play the Chicago Sky, or they got to play the Dallas Wings, or they got to play the Minnesota Lynx, all of these WNBA teams, for the most part, have like their own arenas, right? Like when they play the Las Vegas Aces, who have the best player in the sport, Asia Wilson, shout out to Bam, who and their union, but they've had the best and most popular team prior to her getting there. They play in an 8,000 seat arena. Anytime the Indiana Fever come and play those teams, they are moving those games from their women's specific WNBA arenas. They're moving them to their NBA partnerships. Like they're moving the game from the Michelob Ultra Arena in Vegas to the T-Mobile Arena, where they have 19,000. They're moving the game from Dallas to that hellhole that Nico has ruined, and they're moving it to American Airlines Arena where the Mavericks play. They're like every one of them are moving to big arenas and the bigger size arenas, and they're selling them bitches out. It is insane, her influence, and Time Magazine's insane. I don't even understand how that could even come to this point.
And I want to hear Osita's thoughts on this, but I would also say like it stretched as far as like it's not just women's basketball. Like it's women's sports in general. It is growing in a way in this country that is really impressive right now. Like women's soccer is exploding right now. And like the Patrick Mahomes and his wife helped start Kansas City women's soccer team that is exploding in Kansas City. And that women's league is exploding across the country because it's identified kind of a niche like fan base that hasn't always identified with NBA or MLB or NFL or NHL or whatever. they found like a different kind of sports fan. They're like, I never found where I fit in the sports world, and this thing fits for me. Like it's catered to a different type of sports fan, and it's exploding now. And it's really exciting to see. Like it's a really cool thing that we're witnessing just in general across women's sports right now.
You're muted, fool.
Not gonna lie, sorry about that. I love it. I'm here for it. I'm glad that women are, getting the limelight that they need or that they deserve and stuff like that. But I'll be damned if I'd be lying if I said I wouldn't. I would have loved to be able to catch a flight with some of these athletes. You know what I'm saying? I would have loved to be able to just catch a quick flight, spit a little game to Caitlin, maybe hit up Cameron Brink. You know what I'm saying? Just like see that 6'5", 6'6" baby girl, and just be like, hey, look, we're the same height. We see eye to eye. We're on the same level. You know what I mean? Create some D1 babies. You know what I mean? I'm thinking of my progeny here. You know, I'm trying to think about the future. What does the future look like?
You make sure you get the ones that are interested in creating a D1 baby with you. Let's
no. I mean, I'm sure I'd find one. Law of averages. You know what I'm saying?
You name two that are. You name
exactly. They'd be interested in creating some D1 babies. You know,
but. First off, I'm glad they did. Like seriously, they were flying Southwest flights to some of their games, and they were on commercial flights.
It's a legitimate problem.
Yeah, there ain't no damn first class at Southwest. They was up there getting pretzels and peanuts.
Mid-tier WNBA players, like as recently as like 5-6 years ago.
What are you talking about?
We're making like $65,000-$70,000 a year.
No, Caitlin Clark's contract is less than what I make.
I thought her first year more. Like
I'm talking about not just she's making money other spaces, but I'm talking about her WNBA rookie contract, her first year contract. She makes less than I do.
Yeah,
from her salary.
That's wild. Though, when do you think that's going to change? I'm assuming like once they get more. I think now stuff like that. But
I think now what we're seeing the difference in their ratings are up. Like we just said, we talked about it before. The ESPN decided to choose WNBA as their summer product over Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball is done after this year, and now she's getting paid from her endorsements, right? Like she signed huge, shoe deals and other deals. But like she's like her contract's like $80,000 for like 1 year, and it goes up.
And I thought they had negotiated more money than that, so I'm even behind on that. Like because they do not make a lot of money from playing in the WNBA,
which is clearly a steal for her, which is wild. But like the thing for me with her is there are not very many athletes at all that have taken a sport and really just either saved it or took it to a complete another level and taking it to a space. Like, I don't even think Jordan did that. I don't think LeBron did that. I don't think Tom Brady did that. I don't think Mahomes did that. Like all of those sports, when those players came into it, they were all in pretty good spaces. Right? They were all popular sports. Tiger, I believe, did this for golf. Golf is a completely different thing. Like people aren't watching Rory last week if Tiger didn't enter the scene 25 years ago. Like I think Magic and Bird are the ones who took the NBA. They used to tape record the NBA finals and then play it later.
So it wasn't live?
No, it wasn't live. Before Magic and Bird came about into the league, that changed the whole sport. And then the NBA became extremely popular. And then Jordan came in off of that and took it up another level. There are very few, like, I think the Williams sisters count into this. I don't think tennis
I was thinking about that too, like the Williams sisters, but was Andre Agassi before them or after them?
He's before them, but tennis was not to that level of Agassi or Steffi Graf or any of them. They
was much more bigger internationally. Like it got popular in the United States because of that.
Yeah, they took tennis.
I'm just thinking of names that I knew, like McEnroe.
But again, it was never to the level of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was niche, and when Serena and Venus came in, it became more of a talk. They weren't leading sports shows. It became more of a talking point. Like you know McEnroe, and we know Agassi and Pete Sampras and all of these names, Steffi Graf and Chris Everett and Martina Navratilova, but it wasn't taking up this notch. There's just not a lot of athletes that have been able to just turn a complete sport around and change how it is. And Caitlin's one of them. And how they could have two members of the WNBA. And listen, I think both of them are great players and have been great for the league. Both of them have been MVPs. But to not have Caitlin Clark on the top 100 influential and you have other athletes on it, that's insane. It's stupid. And I think it is the early start of Caitlin Clark living the life of LeBron James. And that is her greatness. She will never get the credit she deserves. I'm sorry, Caitlin. What's the percentage of black women you think can't stand Caitlin Clark?
I don't think I'm to submit a guesstimate.
Fuck. Yes, you are. You're Hispanic.
I don't know if they know who she is well enough to be able to.
Oh, they know who. Oh, they know she is.
You think they're talking about her at the beauty shop?
Yes, I think some.
Yes?
I think some. I think they, because they know Angel, and that's what made it. They know the two of her, and that is and it's one of those situations where I don't think it's Caitlin's fault. I don't think Caitlin is doing anything that really, like at every turn, like no matter what, she gives praise to Angel. I don't think she's doing anything, but I think it's a situation of it's just her, and she happens to be the vessel that people like. We've talked about it. Clay Travis, any white strong conservatives, Will Kane, any white conservatives like another white conservative, Jason Whitlock. like any of those guys that talk like that. Like I think she's just like it's the vessel of talking to all of those cats. Because a lot of those conservative people used to be the ones who would talk so bad about women's basketball and say it's a joke, it's stupid, it's not entertaining, that all of the woke people are trying to put it down our throats until Captain Save a Hoe. And I don't mean you as a hoe, Caitlin, but you know what I mean.
Hey, yeah, not too much on my baby girl like that. You know what I mean? Calm down.
You just really make me
Make me get on my seat.
You just really make me uncomfortable every time you refer to her as your baby girl. But I think when she became for them Captain Save a Caitlin, I think it's even more made, you know, some people feel a certain way because she's representing them, even though it's not her. She doesn't want to represent them, and she's going out of her way to comment about it.
I think she should grab a top tier black man like me, so the women will have something to really talk about. You know what I mean?
I want you to try that again. Add that up. You think that helps?
I think that would definitely help. Give them something to really talk about. If they're gonna talk, they're gonna talk either way.
I do. I mean, I don't disagree with him. I think it would go a long way. I think it would go a long way for
Serda, I have lived
have a black man on her arm. You know what I'm saying?
And Osita's full of it. Serda, I have lived with a black woman my whole life. I have dated, married black woman. I'm gonna tell you right now, Caitlin Clark getting and taking one of these good black men
say it
away ain't gonna do it.
I'm not saying it would help her image whatsoever.
That is not with the
it'll give him something to talk about.
She can't win that. Like you're saying,
no, she can't. She can't.
Not like, oh, she's just the coolest chick, like doing everything she can. Like,
and I think she is. Because she's been straight, but no, she is the vessel. Like I'm telling you, it don't matter who she fall in love with. Who's a good brother, right? Like who is somebody perceived as a real good brother that's famous?
Me. I'm on your show.
This is your show too, Osita. Stop. Like it's not my show; it's our show.
Enough.
But
enough.
Someone above the F and D list celebrity that we are. Like I'm trying to think of somebody let her.
If she pulled off with Michael B. Jordan, people would die. People would die, dude.
Yeah, people would just hate her for that, and people would be mean to Caitlin about that.
It would be like I'm just saying. What if she pulled off? Is she pulled off like Shadur Sanders, or like
that's better.
Like, they would hate her guts.
Jaden Daniels.
No, what if she? And I know he's in a relationship with a girlfriend, so this ain't it. Like if she scooped up CJ Stroud. Oh,
Lord have mercy.
Oh,
isn't he with Amber Rose right now or something though?
It's never with Amber Rose.
I mean, I don't know who he's
never with Amber Rose.
I mean, RG3.
They got seen together or something like that.
He gave but that's the type of dude that would help her cause. I don't think black women would have a problem with RG3 being scooped up. If you understand what I mean. Like CJ Stroud or what's my man Jaden Daniels, that would cut. You saw Jaden's mama. Jaden's mama wouldn't even allow Juju in the picture. And she's a good, wholesome young lady. That one would hurt. That one would hurt. All right. Before we get to Osita's heat check, I did want to get to Lee Corso. Lee Corso, and he's older than that. No, that's an older white gentleman who has been on College Game Day since 1987, and
he's 207 years old.
He will turn 90 in August. He will turn 90, and he has been on there almost 40 years, 38 years on College Game Day, and he is going to do his last College Game Day week 1 of the college football season. And he's famous for he picks the last game of the week that they pick. He is famous for putting the mascot on his head of the team he's going to pick. And everybody loves it. And he does a little wave like this. He'll put the Ohio State Brutus hat on. He'll put the Bevo from Texas hat on. That's what he does.
Is it the actual mascot's helmet?
Like the hat. Yes. It's
I'm sure he smelled some smells. Yes. I'm sure he smelled some.
It's a Saturday tradition.
It's a tradition since for 40 years almost.
All that sweat.
I just want to say this. Congratulations to Lee Corso. Thank God Almighty that this is happening. I watch in all nerves and anxiety when he's on the screen on Saturday mornings. This should have happened.
It's been rough for a while.
This should have happened, Osita, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It is it's not
Don
like
hates old people. He's got problems with Jim Nantz.
I don't have a problem with old
Michaels. Like he hates every old broadcaster.
No, I have a problem with old. I have a problem with old snakes. Al Michaels is a snake. Okay, he agreed to a contract and said he was going to be out after 3 years. And they brought over Mike Tirico, who claims he's not black, but he's Italian. But they brought over Mike Tirico, who thought that he was going to take over the NBC call because they agreed on a 3-year deal. And now Al Michaels, that snake, came back and said, "No, I don't think I'm done." Pulled a Jay Leno on Conan and stayed there for several years. And Jim Nantz, I have a personal vendetta with him for his disrespect for me on the air. Okay, so those are different things. Lee Corso, I was praying that he would get through his segments. Osita, I swear to God, I thought he would fall out. It was like, at first, it was just like, what's happening with this old guy? And then it became, over the last 5 years, it became a thing of, why are they doing this to him? He would openly forget shit on the set. Like, they would have him, all right, pick USC versus UCLA. All right, I got Utah. You're like, Lee, we're not picking Utah. We got USC, UCLA. It was rough. Like, I mean, I would watch it and be like, why are they doing this? They've got to take him off the air. And finally, they are doing it. And I'm not even trying to be funny about the thing with Lee Corso. It was literally just like, it was sad watching College Game Day every time he came on the set. And I would look around and I think Kirk Herbstreit, I felt like, was trying to talk for him and stuff. It was a damn shame. So right off to the sunset, old king.
They legitimately, like, since COVID, like, they could have just cut to Lee in his basement in his house and him just put the mascot head on, because that was all anybody was watching for anymore. Because Lee doesn't provide anything broadcasting wise or analysis wise whatsoever anymore. It's all about him picking the mascot head. Like, there was no reason for him to even be on site.
But they would give him more. They would give him more to try to.
Steven, you know damn well that old man would not know how to work Zoom or Skype or whatever the hell. He'd be trying to figure it out. Just like, is it on? Do you see my head? Like, nah, he would not figure it out, bro.
Everybody on the set, I swear, we're looking like this. Like, it was
make it through the next 10 minutes.
It was uncomfortable for me. And they would, and then when they hit October, man, they be in cold ass spots sometimes. And Lee looked like, oh my God, is he gonna make it through? Is he gonna make it through this day? Like, so I'm glad, and I'll be watching, I'll be into it. I think the last game, and I think that week 1, I think it runs into Texas and Ohio State. I think they're going to play week 1. So that'll be the last one he picks, is Texas, Ohio State. So, Lee Corso, shout out to you. Let's get to a little heat check then.
All right, guys. So for today's heat check, Big O's heat check, the heat check by Big O, presented by Big O. I want to talk about. Calm down, man. I want to talk about. How should I put this? I feel like we're in a tumultuous situation in the world in general. I feel like there's a lot of stress, a lot of anger, a lot of resentment that people have towards other people. And I feel like a thing that would bring us together is a chance to see some of our greatest celebrities beat the shit out of each other, you know? And hold on. And now I'm not a proponent of violence. I don't like violence at all in any way, shape, or form. But I feel like we could figure out another way to do that. And I feel like we have figured out another way to do that. And it was something that was on MTV. I don't know if you remember this back in the day, but Celebrity Deathmatch. Anybody?
Stop this. Are you gonna put
anybody?
Yes, we remember that. Are you going to put if you put Katy Perry on here getting her ass kicked? I'm serious, man. You got.
I don't have a vendetta against Katy Perry. Look at this. Look at this. LeBron James versus Stephen A. You know what I mean? We could get that. They could duke it out. And they would even have to go in the studio and, do their little voices and stuff like that. And obviously, we'd have LeBron win. But I think it'd be a great look.
I like Celebrity Deathmatch.
It was a great time. It was a great time in society. I feel like stress levels were lower. You know what I mean? We got to see people just really beat the shit out of each other. And it was super bloody. You'd see like bones popping out and all these things that you can't necessarily see in real life, but in cartoon form. Sometimes we need a little bit of de facto fighting, de facto violence, that's not real, just to kind of satiate the need, our inner need for violence.
Real quick, do you think that in real life, Stephen A. looks this close to Sherman Hemsley? Like, do you think he looks that close to George Jefferson? Because he looks
probably
like Sherman.
He does look like George Jefferson right there.
Right there.
He's not far off from it. I think Stephen A.'s hairline's a little bit better, but.
Can we get the next picture?
He looks like Sherman Hemsley right there. Look at the guns from LeBron. Man, what an American.
Did you get the toy yet? You didn't get the Ken doll?
Why? Hold on, man. Now, this is ridiculous. This is an unfair photo because Kendrick is much bigger than Charles.
He really is. Kendrick's like close to 7 feet, and he like.
Hey, look. I used ChatGPT. I used ChatGPT right before this to create this. You know what I mean? And so maybe it thinks that he has a small man energy. You know what I mean? Maybe they think because of all the shit he talks, he's just a small guy.
I mean, they got him squatted low, man.
He's got the soul of a little guy. You know what I mean?
Let's just you just want to call the bluff of Kendrick Perkins, don't you? You don't believe it,
dude. Talking all that shit, talking all that hot shit. Like, oh yeah, if I see you in the street, blah blah blah. No, you ain't finna do nothing, bro. You are not finna do a damn thing.
I just don't understand I don't understand your confidence level in that Kendrick Perkins is just full of shit.
He is full of shit.
He's full of shit.
Kendrick doesn't know shit.
I smell it on him as soon as he said that shit
about. Doesn't even watch games.
I'm from Port Arthur, blah 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 blah. Bitch, you're from the small town outside of Houston. Calm that ass down. Talking about bar none, fade all. Who the fuck do you think you are, bro?
He's still trying to play this enforcer role that he played in his NBA career.
You just don't even. You don't even.
He just shows up, reads off of whatever point someone gives him at ESPN. He doesn't watch games anymore. Kendrick doesn't know shit.
You guys are ridiculous.
You have opinion whatsoever.
You have no idea
either, but at least Charles is entertaining. Kendrick is just annoying.
I don't know. Like you sort of right there, what you just did. That is like today's age of I've just made up this narrative and this stuff. How do you know that ESPN writes his script and he just says this? And
100%.
But how do you know that?
They have teams of people that research things and give him talking points, and then Kendrick looks at it and he's like, "Okay, all right, I'm gonna shit on this team, and then and I'm gonna talk shit, and I'm gonna act tough on TV." Like,
I know that you didn't mean for us to stop here, Osita, but how in the hell do you know that? How are you so sure of that? And Osita,
because I know
100%. And now you've gone Jerry Seinfeld. Osita, had you ever heard of Kendrick Perkins before he said the fade all comment that really done you in?
I had heard of him before. Yes.
Because I'm just like your confidence
It's just-
level
it's just, look, man,
he
I
is
would say
just not that he
I
would
would-
not whoop somebody's ass kick is
my thing
really
is-
aggressive.
I would say that to anybody over the age of like 40, talking all that hot shit. Sit your old ass down. Sit down. Sit down. Why are you talking shit like that? Especially when you got money like that. Calm down.
So
Go
you
sit
don't
somewhere.
believe there
Leave all-
there are 40 people over 40 that's about that action?
They shouldn't be. They should not be.
I'm with you.
They should not
I'm
be.
with you.
They should chill. They
Ba-
should chill.
baby-
They should chill out.
Baby shouldn't be about that action. I think Baby thought about shooting Charlemagne the God when he was in there in that studio, and I think he should. I'm with you. I think he shouldn't be. But
Man,
but
put some respect on my name. Put some respect on my name.
And then he got up and left. I don't think he should be about it. No, man. I would be cool with bringing back Celebrity Deathmatch.
See what I'm saying?
It's when you used to watch MTV, like no matter what time of day it was, if you just had MTV on in passing, which a lot of us used to do, if Celebrity Deathmatch came on, you would sit down and watch it.
Yeah, of course. Down to see some blood, some gore, some ass beating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In a playful, fun environment.
Yeah, and if it was celebrity, like, that you're familiar, they'd be like, all right, let's go. Let's sit here for 20 minutes, see what happens.
I think we should bring it back. I think they should bring it back in the style that, like, South Park, because obviously there has been a lot of beefs, quote unquote, this year, in the style that South Park is like satirical, and they take things from like, present day pop culture and stuff like that. Yeah, bring it back like this. So one week you find out that, Kendrick Perkins and Charles Barkley are beefing or whatever. Have them duke it out in the form of a little, claymation blood and violence. I think it'd be a good time. And then you could end this. You could end the season, obviously, with Kendrick and Drake. And now I was going to make a Kendrick and Drake, but I reached my limit on free ChatGPT, and they said I couldn't create any more things, which is fucking stupid because it's AI. But whatever, dude. They said I was cut off. But I feel like that'd be a great look. I feel like it brings something back to MTV that's not just ridiculousness. And I don't mean like ridiculous things. I mean literally show ridiculousness. Like that show is on 24/7.
Yeah, they really run that one, don't they?
Yeah.
Like I used to be in MTV, like not music videos. I used to be all about their shows. Like I am not one that complained about the shows being left. I am like Real World. Oh, Real World. Oh my God. I am, man. I am a Real World fan. I recorded the first 6 or 7 seasons. Seattle, when Steven slapped the shit out of that girl in that car, that was it. Real World. Obviously, I rode for about 8-10 years with Teen Mom. Ridiculous, like Big and what was it, Robin Big? That was a hell of a show, and then he slid over to ridiculousness. Like I was an MTV guy. Now they just do nothing but show about 3 shows all the damn time.
I haven't watched it since high school, so
you haven't watched Real World.
I definitely love to meet some Real World, dude. Like
Real World Road Rules Challenge. Oh,
yeah, the Road Rules Challenge. And now that one guy's a wrestler, like he's like the top wrestler or something like that for a little bit. The Miz.
He really
the Miz, yeah, man. Mike.
He had it in him.
He's the biggest, and they've had some big folks come through and like alum from the Real World do stuff. I think they had a senator. There's been a U.S. senator from the Real World artist. I think the Miz, though, I think he is the biggest star to come out of the Real World. Shout out to Miz, baby. Shout out to him, baby. But nah, man, yeah, MTV used to be my shit, boy. I used to watch the hell out of MTV, boy. Not even like I did a little Singled Out. That might be ahead of y'all time. Singled Out, y'all might be a little too young for that point. But I used to be all in that. Take us home, Osita.
All right. So when I was in high school, obviously I was in love with a redheaded French girl, and I did a bunch of things, way too much to actually, get her love and her trust in order for me to be able to bring her home. And as y'all heard early in the show, I brought her home back to my place, and then I heard the beep.